This story is about knocking out the tea. It's a bedtime story. I think this is not a common book that you know, but it's talking about knocking out the tea. So, ready? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3, go! Knocking out the tea. I don't know what this boy's name is, or where he lives, or where he goes to school, or what he wants to be when he grows up, but I do know this: he is going to make a success of life. It is as clear as can be that he has energy, courage, determination, and high aim. And these 4 qualities together will carry a boy almost anywhere. Of course you understand what he is doing. He has come up against some great problem which at first sight seemed too much for him. Then, instead of sitting down and crying over his bad luck, he has summoned his courage and is tackling the difficulty in the spirit of a conqueror. As to the nature of the problem facing him, I am not prepared to say. Probably he was at school and a stiff problem puzzled him. Instead of giving up and going out to play or copying the answer from the boy next to him, he has said to himself, "This problem can be done, and I am going to do it if it takes me all night." Or he may have been at home in father's workshop, doing some carpentry, and found after long careful work that the joints wouldn't fit. Instead of filling up the misfitting joints with putty and shavings and saying how he hated saws and chisels, he has faced the failure bravely, saying, "I've made a mistake somewhere, I'll try again. It can be done." Or perhaps he was out on his bicycle going on an errand for mother and got a puncture halfway out. Instead of giving up and coming back, he has set his teeth and walked the rest of the distance through rain and mud and delivered the message. Any boy who would succeed in life must learn the art of knocking out the tea. All who have done big things in the world have first learned that can't is not in the dictionary. You have heard, perhaps, of the enormous difficulties faced by the builders of the Panama Canal, how they had to fight disease, cut through the mountain ranges, divert rivers, and solve 1,000 other immense problems. What was it that brought them to final success? These words from the song of the Panama Canal builders give the answer. Got any rivers they say are crossable? Got any mountains you can't tunnel through? We specialize in the wholly impossible, doing the thing which no man can do. Every man mentioned in the Bible who did a great work, for God believed first that there was nothing holy. I'm not talking about holy H-O-L-Y. It's saying W-H-O-L-L-Y. impossible. Moses led the Israelites through the Red Sea. Joshua took the next generation across the dry bed of an overflowing Jordan. Elijah brought both fire and water from heaven. Elisha performed equally marvelous miracles. In New Testament times, Peter, John, Paul, and others accomplished many more impossible things. But you say God helped them, true, but they had first to believe that these things could be done by God's help. Having asked for His aid, they attacked the problems in hand, confident of triumph. They believe that with God all things are possible, so when a can't presented itself, they promptly knock out the T. Here, then, is the fifth and perhaps the most important equality that makes for success in a boy's life. He must have energy, courage, determination, and high aim. But with all these he must mingle confidence, not self-confidence, but God-confidence. He must hold it as a certainty that all things are possible to him that believeth. When he has to face a problem of any kind, however small or large, he must learn to say, as did Paul, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Having asked the help of Jesus, we can attack any obstacle, confident of victory, knock out the T. Knocking out the T, okay, it's talking about can, and what's added is T, so it's can't. That's why it says knock out the T. Okay.
Wow, so because it's all things are possible.
Knocking out the T.
So instead of I can't, you can knock out the T, and I can. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. What lesson you got from the story?
Well, I did not expect this to talk about the Bible. It's a bedtime story, not a Bible story.
But it's just to go along with the Bible story too, because talking about.
I thought it's not as true as Bible.
But it's true. Yeah, there's a moral lesson that you can get out of it.
Do you think there is so many true books besides Bible?
Oh yeah, like best stories and bedtime stories. That's real story, true things happening in people's life.
And thousands of brand.
Yes, and it's good to read the book like that because it's a character building stories. Because whatever the experience, it can be applied also in your life, in my life, everybody's life. So, anything else?
If it's possible, you could download an app that talks about bedtime stories, because this book costs money. Yeah.
If you can download it, that's much better. Yeah, you can read it for free, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for reading. And would you want the children also to have their book like that and download it so that they can read also bedtime stories like that? Bedtime stories. All right. It helps for boys and girls around the world.
I think it could help, or it might help, or it might not.
Yeah, it depends if they read it and apply it in their life, right? Would you want to apply the story in your life?
We should.
Yes. All right. Thank you.